Bullying is something that many kids face, but not everyone knows how to handle it. It can make you feel sad, scared, or even invisible. But what if someone stood up, even when it seemed impossible? This story is about Pat, a quiet and kind kid who was bullied by Ted, the meanest boy in school. It's also about bravery, how one small act of courage can inspire others to stand together. Let's dive into the world of Pat and Ted, where an emotional journey unfolds, showing the consequences of bullying and the power of standing up for what's right.
Why do you always take my lunch, Ted? It's mine. I'm hungry too.
Because I can, that's why. What are you going to do about it, Pat? Nothing. Just hand it over.
Pat sighed and handed over the lunchbox. Every day, Ted bullied Pat at school. Started small, calling names and pushing books off Pat's desk. But it grew worse. Now Ted would take Pat's lunch or shove him in the hallways. No one ever stood up for Pat. Some kids watched and laughed nervously, afraid Ted might turn on them next. Pat felt completely alone. One day, after Ted shoved Pat's lunchbox into his bag again, a girl named Mia approached Pat during recess.
Hey, Pat. I saw what Ted did. It's not right.
It doesn't matter. No one cares. And if I say anything, Ted will make things worse.
Mia frowned.
You don't have to deal with this alone, Pat. If you speak up, maybe others will help too. Bullies don't win when we stand together.
Pat looked at Mia, unsure. Could she be right? Could anyone really help? The next day, Pat nervously walked to his locker, dreading Ted's usual tricks. Sure enough, Ted appeared, his smug grin already in place.
Hey, Pat. Got anything good for me today?
But before Pat could answer, a voice rang out from the other end of the hallway.
Leave him alone, Ted.
Everyone turned to see Mia standing there, hands on her hips. Behind her were two more kids, Ben and Lucy.
Yeah, stop picking on Pat. We all see what you're doing.
Ted's grin faltered. He wasn't used to being challenged, and he tried to laugh it off.
What's this? A little army? You think you're tough?
No, Ted. But we're brave. And we're not afraid of you anymore.
For the first time, Pat saw something in Ted's eyes he had never seen before: hesitation. The kids in the hallway started whispering, and more of them stood behind Mia, Ben, and Lucy. Ted looked around, his confidence cracking. Pat felt a spark of hope. With so many people standing with him, maybe things could change. But just as Ted took a step forward, a teacher's voice echoed down the hall.
What's going on here?
Everyone froze, including Ted. Pat's heart pounded. Would Ted finally face the consequences of his actions? Or would this be another day where the bully got away? To be continued. Will Ted learn his lesson? Will Pat finally find peace? Stay tuned for part 2. Please like, share, and subscribe to get part 2 of Pat and the Bully Ted.